Warning: this video is aimed at providing audio-visual entertainment and at keeping the audience informed on happenings or current events. It is not intended to damage the image of any company, person, or product mentioned herein. We recommend that discretion be exercised by our viewers. Welcome to a new video. HUAWEI Technologies is a multinational Chinese company dedicated to technology and electronics. With over 32 years of experience in the industry of the sale of various technology products, it has created a wide range of smartphones of great liking to the public. This has managed to position this company as the second-ranking company in sales of cell phones around the world. Today, I'm going to present the secrets, curiosities related to this Chinese company. In this video, I will mention the secrets of HUAWEI. Let's start. The history of HUAWEI. The origin of this renowned Chinese company dates back to the year 1987, when Ren Zhengfei invested $5,600 to be able to found a company dedicated to telecommunications. The company developed its own private branch of automatic commutation. Then, in 1993, it launched the so-called CNC-08 and began expanding itself beyond borders. Years later, HUAWEI decided to dedicate itself mostly to the research and development of cell phones, and that's why today the company implements new technology in its devices. HUAWEI products. The products of HUAWEI are divided into the following categories. Telephones. Here you can find various devices of different rangings. There is the HUAWEI Mate 20 family, HUAWEI P20, HUAWEI Mate 10, HUAWEI P10, HUAWEI P9, and some independent ones, such as the HUAWEI GR3, Y52, G Elite, Y6 Y5, and so on. Tablets. HUAWEI has 4 different tablets. They are the HUAWEI MediaPad M5 Lite, MediaPad T5, MediaPad T310, and MediaPad T37. Laptops. HUAWEI has entered the world of laptops and launched HUAWEI MateBook X Pro and the HUAWEI MateBook D 14-inch. Smartwatches. Watches are HUAWEI Watch, HUAWEI Watch 2, and HUAWEI Fit. It was made known by Counterpoint Research that HUAWEI has risen to second place in the sale of smartphones on a worldwide basis. Samsung holds the first place. However, HUAWEI is expected to win first place since it has shown an annual growth of 33%. In contrast to Samsung, which instead of growth has shown a 13% decrease in sales. However, Samsung has not given up and, like HUAWEI, has announced that soon there will be a folding telephone in the market, but no other specifications have been given. HUAWEI teases Samsung and Apple. Recently in October, Samsung and Apple were fined in Italy due to a forced updating of software in their devices. HUAWEI, knowing this, and besides taking advantage of the launching of its new HUAWEI Mate 20 Pro, decided to tease its competitors by posting a tweet in its HUAWEI Mobile UK account, where it said, "We would never decelerate our phones to force an update. We are proud of our new HUAWEI Mate 20 Pro, just like all the other phones in our range." Their new models. HUAWEI is the second best-selling brand of smartphone in the world, and it intends to keep this place and even improve it, and for this, HUAWEI has brought out new devices that exceed customers' expectations. We're talking here about the new HUAWEI Mate 20 and the new HUAWEI Mate 20 Pro. These phones began being purchased on November 15th in 2018 at a price of $842, going up to $1,105. HUAWEI's new cell phone comes with artificial intelligence, wireless charging, and the modes of sharing the battery charge of the Mate 20 with another phone. It also has wireless charging, besides having 3 cameras at the back and 1 at the front. In addition, HUAWEI presented 2 smartwatches so that users can have the premium experience. Smartwatches are the HUAWEI Watch GT at $263 and the HUAWEI Band 3 Pro for $94. These items are classified high-end and premium, and thus are expensive. However, HUAWEI has launched several well-equipped mid-range phones at a more affordable price. It will launch a folding cell phone in the year 2019. Besides HUAWEI Mate 20, the Chinese company has said that in the first quarter of 2019, they intend to present their first folding smartphone, which will include a large battery, totally EMUI layer, that is, that it will be out of Android One and 5G coverage. In addition, Huawei is expected to launch next year a phone with 4 cameras and 10 times the optical zoom for a better photographic experience. Finally, the CEO of Huawei confirmed a rumor that started long ago where they talk about the Huawei Mate 20X, a phone for gamers that includes a premium camera, 500 mAh battery, dual speaker with dynamic range, among other features that a cell phone dedicated to the gaming market must have. Huawei launches its new Nano SD cards. In October 2018, this Chinese brand presented the new Nano SD or NM cards, which are, as their name implies, SD cards smaller than the micro SD, since the new NM cards are 45% smaller and fit perfectly into the Nano SIM trays. They also have a speed of 90 megabits per second, which is equivalent to a Class 3 micro SD UHS. These cards were recently implemented by the company. Many say that it is likely that Apple or Samsung might implement this technology into their new cell phones in the future. It is now time that you be told about a multinational company specializing in the development of electronic devices. Let's start. Faulty performance. Huawei alters its devices to improve their performance rating. The first case was made known on the news some months ago. In September 2018, an application dedicated to checking the performance of smartphones withdrew Huawei-branded devices from its list due to some cheating carried out by the company. A benchmark application is a software that compares products, services, and work processes that belong to renowned companies, qualifying their quality, offering a starting point with respect to performance to the consumers. In the case of Huawei, its high-end devices had high standard attributes in this type of application. However, after the release of its devices, P20, P20 Pro, and Honor Play, these were found to have superb performance. That is why a website specializing in this type of testing conducted a comprehensive analysis of these devices, where it was determined that Huawei was not being completely honest with its consumers. According to the website, these smartphones had software that helped them to have good grades under the benchmark application, thereby to show superb performance. The function of this software was to deactivate the protections for overheating and excessive consumption, so as to fake the results from the benchmark applications. One of the companies, known as 3D Mark, dedicated to this practice, learned the tricks of Huawei, making the company withdraw the title of its devices for failing to comply with the requirements and with performance standards. Finally, 3D Mark, ensuring that Huawei products had a performance of up 47% above competition, retracted its results, commenting that when these devices detected a benchmark application, these changed in an intelligent way to get better scores. If you want to read a little more about the test, I will leave the direct links in the description. Misleading advertisement. Huawei distorts promoting pictures of one of its devices. The second case was made known this year by means of an advertising spot. In 2018, Huawei promoted one of its devices displaying photographs supposedly taken by the product, which turned out to be false. It's related to the Huawei Nova 3 device, which was released together with 2 other devices in the second half of the year 2018. As one may expect, the smartphone was publicized, especially showing the quality of its 2 front cameras, showing excellent quality photographs. The problem arose after an advertising spot that lasted 30 seconds, in which a couple trying to take selfies in different situations is seen, showing the supposed quality of the camera, which, with the help of artificial intelligence, would improve the scenarios. The secret of Huawei was revealed by the actress of this advertisement, known as Sarah Izumi, who showed in her Instagram account the truth behind the photographs, asserting that it wasn't about the device, but rather of a photographer equipped with a digital SLR camera, also known as a DSLR. In the image, the couple facing a dressing table trying to take a selfie is seen, while the actor pretended to hold the smartphone, but in reality he had nothing in his hand. In fact, it was a photographer who took the image. This caught the attention of netizens who made the image go viral, where Huawei was exposed, sending plentiful negative comments to the company. However, soon after the release, the image was deleted from the social network. Finally, although Huawei did not give an official statement regarding this, I can assure that it was an awkward situation for the company, due to the carelessness on behalf of the actress in her Instagram account. If you want to see the commercial, the false image, and to know more about the case, I will leave you a direct link in the description. The espionage case. The Pentagon bans Huawei devices on its facilities. The third case was announced half a year ago on the American continent. Mid-2018, the United States Department of Defense, better known as the Pentagon, forbade the use of smartphones in their military bases for safety's sake. It all began in 2014 when South Korea said that Huawei devices were not to be trusted. This forced them to begin a thorough investigation right up to April 2018 when the Pentagon warned their military bases, distributed around the world, to avoid the use of Huawei branded smartphones entirely. According to their arguments, these devices represented a huge risk that placed classified information in danger, and in the same manner, their missions. The reason for this distrust was due to espionage. From the investigations carried out since 2014 up to February 2018, a declaration was made in front of the Senate, where several United States security agencies were involved: the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, and the Defense Intelligence Agency, in which the risks that these Huawei brand devices represented for the country were mentioned. Dave Eastburn, a Pentagon spokesperson, said that this measure was applied from April 25th of that year, eliminating in this way the Huawei branded smartphones in all military bases. He also added, however, that members could still use these devices in a personal way, seeking to assess a situation to further extend a prohibition. Finally, the aim of the ban was originated from the vulnerability of these smartphones, since the investigations carried out previously that there was the possibility of espionage by a country in Asia, particularly China. Finally, aiming at protecting its country and its security, the Pentagon intervened in removing these devices from their bases, to thus reduce the possibility of risk for its members. If you want to learn more about the case, I will leave you a direct link in the description. For more than 3 decades, Huawei has proven to be one of the developers of electronic devices, increasingly known in the world thanks to its variety and quality of products, which have gained popularity. Now that you know the secrets of Huawei, I'd like to know your opinion. What do you think of these espionage cases? Clicking on like and share is something that would help me improve. I'm leaving my social networks in the description to be vigilant when they upload a new video. Now, here are some previous videos for you to enjoy.